Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rise for the Prize, episode 4. It's been about a week or so, but we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of big sports news in the past week or so, revolving around the NBA, NFL, you name it. Lots to cover today. Got into the Super Bowl talks. We got some big news revolving around Tom Brady that we'll get into first, and then we got the NBA. Some big moments have happened in the NBA in the past week or so. The trade deadline closed up yesterday at around 3 p.m. We'll get into that later in the podcast, but right now, we're going to hop right into it. Tom Brady, he's retired for good. Now, is this true? Has he actually retired? Is this what he says, right? Apparently, he retired on February 1st, 2022 for the first time, and then announced that he was coming back. A year later, February 1st, 2023, he retired again, but this time he said it was for good. Just first off, hell of a career for the man. 7 Super Bowl rings. Undisputed GOAT of football, to be honest. That's not even my opinion. That's just a fact. The guy is just the GOAT. He announced it on his Instagram. He took a video, I think on the beach. I'm not sure if it was in Tampa, Miami area. A lot of fans were speculating, the Miami area, thinking, oh yeah, this guy just said he's going to retire, but now he's going to go to the Dolphins. I think he's done for good. He actually just signed a deal with Fox, starting in the fall of 2024. He's going to be a broadcaster for Fox, the Fox Sports Network. And that's a big accomplishment. Obviously, we see in his career, he made, I think, a total of $335 million. That was his total earnings over his entire 23-year career in the NFL, $335 million. And I'm pretty sure this deal that he just signed with Fox came out to be about $375 million. So just in comparison, you look at a 23-year career in the NFL, $335 million, compared to a 10-year deal with Fox Sports for $40 more million over the course of half the years he played in the NFL, which is pretty crazy. Does he need this money? No, but it's still a huge deal for him. I can't wait to see him in the broadcast booth. I think he's going to be great at it. He might be like a Tony Romo, Hopefully he doesn't predict every single play that happens just like Tony Romo does. A lot of people get mad at Tony Romo for doing so, The guy literally pretty much says every play that's going to come into existence, and then that play happens. Kind of gives away, the whole anticipation of every single game. But no, I think Tom Brady's overall going to be a great, broadcaster in the sports booth. And Fox Sports is lucky to have him. Obviously, the GOAT, like I said, he retired. We haven't heard too much about him right now. But the one thing that's revolving or going around the internet right now that we have seen is, like I said, he retired on a beach, Fans took the background images, saw different buildings, and obviously what are fans going to do? They're going to try to go and locate that exact spot that Tom Brady retired at, and one person actually found it. And what did they do? Take a wild guess what they did. They took the exact sand from the exact same spot that Tom Brady sat at. They put it in a mason jar, and right now they're trying to sell it on eBay. And the bid is crazy. The bid for the sand that Tom Brady essentially sat on and made his video to retire is going for $100,000 to start. Let me repeat that. $100,000 for sand? What does this world come to? We're talking about a guy sat on sand and posted a video saying he was going to retire from the NFL, and fans just go right to the beach that he was at, take sand, put it in a mason jar, and say, oh, I'm going to sell this on eBay, try to make money from it. Honestly, dude, that's not a bad idea. It might sound crazy. I made it out to sound crazy, but now that I think of it, the guy who has the sand, the guy who's selling it on eBay right now, is at least going to make $100,000 off this. Minimum. That's just the starting bid. $100,000 is just the minimum starting bid, which is crazy. Now, I don't know if it's going to go up or not, because who says that's the, first off, who says that's the actual spot? This guy could have just took a picture of, where Tom Brady was, and it's a beach. There's a ton of sand. You can just take any sand, put it in a jar, and say, oh, I'm going to sell this on eBay, saying that it's actually the spot Tom Brady retired in, and I'm going to, try to sell it for $100,000 plus. Pretty smart idea, but what does this world come to? You got people racing to beaches, racing to spots where people took a video and retired, and you're really trying to get sand from where they sat and sell it. It's crazy, but it's kind of smart. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the news on Tom Brady. He retired a little over a week ago. We obviously haven't talked about it yet, so I had to bring it up on the podcast. But the biggest news right now is that it's Friday, February 10th. 2 days from now, we're going to be seeing Super Bowl 57 out in Arizona. Now, it's the Chiefs, obviously, and the Eagles. And I predicted on last episode, I said I could see it go either way. I mean, obviously, it could go either way, right? It's either going to be the Chiefs or the Eagles winning, but I think I said the Eagles last episode, but I changed my answer a little bit. The Chiefs are going to win it. Mahomes, I think he's all good now from that ankle injury, but I think the Chiefs are just going to take it. You know, their team, obviously on paper doesn't matter, but I think overall, I did say that the Eagles are hungrier. They want it more, but I mean, Mahomes lost his last Super Bowl. How much more hungry can he be? And he's facing something right now that he could break in terms of a curse. So obviously Mahomes, like I said, again, big news for Mahomes. He just won the NFL MVP. I think that's his second time in 6 years. And if he wins this Super Bowl, that'll break a record that snaps I think the last 9 MVPs who went on to play in the Super Bowl have lost. So if Mahomes loses, that'll make it 10. But if he wins, he'll break that curse. I think he'll win it. It's going to be one hell of a game. And I don't know. I think it'll be a nail biter. But yeah, Arizona's in for a good one this Sunday, 6:30 p.m. I think it's going to be, I'm not sure. I think it's Fox for this year's Super Bowl. I know it changes every single year. It goes like NBC, CBS, and then Fox. But yeah, I think the depth of the Chiefs just goes way deeper, you know. Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Pacheco, Juju, Jerick McKinnon, even their D-line's looking good. I mean, you look at the Eagles, too. I mean, obviously, both are great teams. They're here in the spotlight at the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, all these guys. Jason Kelce, it's funny because the two brothers, like I said in the last podcast, are going against each other. So I think their mom, Jason and Travis Kelce's mom is wearing a jersey that obviously is half Chiefs and half Eagles, which is pretty funny. Obviously, she said, I think what she wants is she wants to root for whoever's on offense. She doesn't care about the defense. If the Chiefs are on offense, she wants the Chiefs to score. If the Eagles are on offense, she wants the Eagles to score. Which, I mean, pretty much all you can ask for. Her heart's probably going to be racing the entire time. She's got 2 sons on the opposing teams going at it in the Super Bowl. What more could you ask for in that? But I think the Chiefs now, like I said, I switched my decision. The Chiefs are going to take it. If I were willing to bet on this game, I would take the Chiefs' money line. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts might fold. I said he wouldn't in the last episode, but that was over a week ago. We're starting to really see the media days and all this preparation, all this practice for the Super Bowl. I'm changing my answer to the Chiefs. They're going to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to party in Kansas City. You got to fight for your right to party, and that's what Travis Kelce always says. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm not going to bet on the game, although betting has just become legal in Massachusetts, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, Chiefs are going to win it. It's going to be a close game, good game. I'll take the over, though, in terms of, I'm not sure what the over is. It's probably going to be in the 40 somewhere, 46, 47. I'll take the over. I think it might be a high-scoring game, but a nail-biter. With that being said, yeah, I got the Chiefs this Sunday. I'm ready for the commercials. I'm ready for it all. Let's get it. I mean, I think this Super Bowl, like I said, I'm not super excited about it. Obviously, the Patriots should be in it right now. But yeah, because the Patriots are the best team in the league. But yeah, we lost. We didn't make the playoffs. But it's all good. I think the NFL is scripted. I have it right here on a piece of paper. Actually, it says the Chiefs are going to win, and I actually saw something online. But yeah, that's my pick. I think the Chiefs are going to win this year's Super Bowl. A lot of people that we've seen throughout the years have actually started to bet on, when players pour Gatorade on their coaches after the game, what color that's going to be. And I predicted it last year for the Rams-Bengals. It was blue. I had it being blue. But every year, it may be different. I think 4 out of the last 5 years, though, it has been blue. But I think they're going to switch it up this year. My pick for this year's Super Bowl, Gatorade color is red. I see a lot of people going with yellow, maybe even orange, but I think red. I think the Chiefs are going to win. They're going to pour red Gatorade over Andy Reid. Same as last year. The Rams their colors are blue. They poured blue Gatorade on Sean McVay. But I mean that whole scenario of just predicting, like, people put thousands of money, literally just on predicting what color of Gatorade is going to be poured on the coach at the end of the game, which I think is hilarious. And also the national anthem as well. But this kind of goes for every single sport. You look at the national anthem, the over under 2 minutes. It depends on who's singing it, who's doing the national anthem. And this year it's Chris Stapleton, country singer. And we know that guy likes to scream, likes to emphasize every single word that he says. So I'm going to take the national anthem being over 2 minutes. And it's funny people even bet on this because this is all before this is even into the game. This is all before the game, obviously, the national anthem. But yeah, a lot of people, it's always 2 minutes, right? So it's either under 2 minutes or over 2 minutes. Obviously I'm going to take the over because it's Chris Stapleton. Like I said, he likes to emphasize every word he says. He likes to scream a little bit, get into it. But I'm going to take the over on that. A lot of people are taking the over on that, I've heard as well. But obviously there's going to be some unders as well. I think these two bets are hilarious. Never mind the game. Let's start betting on things, that don't even have, like, relevance to the game. Like, Gatorade being poured on a coach or how long the national anthem is going to last. Like, what? Like, I think it's just hilarious. And I've seen videos of a lot of people, like, reacting to the Gatorade color at the end of the game, saying, like, oh, I predicted blue, but it's red. And they all get upset. Same with the national anthem. I see people, all their friends, recording each other. Oh, we had the under, we had the over on the national anthem. And it ends up being what they called, and they go crazy. And the game hasn't even started yet at that point. So I think it's just overall hilarious. The Super Bowl's the event of the year, in my opinion. And I'm ready for it. This Sunday, February 12th, let's go. I don't know what my plans are for it yet, but we're going to be doing something. It's going to be a fun day. The lead up to the Super Bowl is going to be fun. And I'm excited for it. Every Super Bowl is good. It's really about the anticipation that leads up to the Super Bowl. But I think it's going to be a good game. You got two of the best quarterbacks in the league going at it. Great offenses. It's going to be I think it's going to be a fast-paced game. A lot of touchdowns. It's going to be very, very entertaining. Okay, so kind of going off football and moving over to the NBA. On Tuesday night, we had seen LeBron James break the all-time regular season scoring title, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 38,387 total points. LeBron needed 36 total points going into Tuesday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of people said that he wasn't going to get it. He was just going to soak in all the tension, including myself. I thought that too because the Bucks were going to play the Lakers the following game in Los Angeles, and it's well known that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually played for the Bucks and the Lakers. So we all thought that, LeBron was going to milk the attention, soak it all in, and really wait till that Bucks game so he could pass it in front of Kareem and his two teams that he used to play for. But nope, that's not what happened. LeBron went for it that night. Kareem was in the stands. His entire family was in the stands. I saw Bronny, Bryce, his two sons, his wife Savannah, and his mom, Gloria. They were all in the stands. They were all there for it. There's a lot of celebrities, too. I think I saw Floyd there, Floyd Mayweather, D-Wade, Jay-Z. They were all in the stands. So it's like, LeBron, you kind of have to do it at that point. And I heard him talking to Bronny and Bryce, and he was saying, should I just go for it at halftime? He's like, I need 16 more points. And Bronny was like, just go get it, Dad. Just go get it. And he was like, all right, I got you. And he went on and broke it in the third quarter with, I think, like 10 seconds left. And they stopped the entire game. I think LeBron hit a little fadeaway, like step back fadeaway, splash, and they just stopped the entire game for a solid 20 minutes with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. I thought it was hilarious, but LeBron came out, gave his speech. Kareem, passed the torch. Over to LeBron, you had Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, come out, give a speech as well. It was a great experience. That's the single best record to break right now in the NBA. Obviously, winning championships is awesome, but I don't think anybody's going to pass this record ever again. I mean, when Kareem broke it, that was 40 years ago. 40 years ago. I think it was 1984, he broke it. It took 40 years for someone to break that record, and LeBron just broke it. And I think all the guys below LeBron right now are all pretty much all retired, at least in the top 5 to top 10. I don't think anybody will ever break that record again. And I think this record right here makes LeBron James the GOAT of basketball, the best player to ever touch the game of basketball. I put him over Jordan. The guy is just unmatched, way more athletic. His resume speaks for it all. Although MJ has, more championships, he went 6-0 in the finals. LeBron's what, like 3-6 in the finals, or 4-6 in the finals? That doesn't matter. I think LeBron overall, statistics wise, he has MJ in a lot of those stats. Assists as well, points now obviously. But yeah, it was a great night. I stayed up for the game. It was like a 10:30 game, so I had to stay up for it, watch it. I just sat on my phone and watched that game, just waiting for LeBron to break it. And I think if he didn't break it, a lot of people would have been upset. I mean, you had a lot. People paid. I think one person paid about $60,000 just to attend that game. While for the game on Thursday night, which most people expected him to break it, some people paid $90,000 for a single NBA regular season game. $90,000. Could you imagine if you were that person who bought a game on Thursday night, like prepping for LeBron to break the all-time leading or all-time scoring record, and he broke it on Tuesday night? Like, do you even get a refund at that point? Because obviously LeBron didn't even play last night. He just gave a speech before the game and, sat on the bench. But what do you even do at that point? You spend $90,000 on a game that you predict a record will be broken, and LeBron does it the game before. I have no idea what I would even do. I mean, you got to be rich in order to place $90,000 in a game like that just to get seats. I don't even know where the seats were as well. But yeah, LeBron is now the all-time leading scorer in the regular season, officially. He's been the all-time leading scorer combined regular season and playoffs for a while now, but this is it. This is the record. Just regular season, let alone he passed Kareem. Like I said, I don't see anybody breaking that record anytime soon. Not even anytime soon at all. I think LeBron will hold that because LeBron's still playing, right? It's not like he just retired. He's still playing the game of basketball. He's still playing in the NBA, and I think he'll go well over 40,000 points as well. And, I mean, what is this guy? He says he has about, probably 2-3 years left. We're going to see Bronny graduate high school this year. He's going to go to college for 1 year. And then, all LeBron has left, his last goal is to play with his son, Bronny. That's all he has left. So I see LeBron in the league for another 2-3 years. And then he'll hang it up. But right now, he's the GOAT. Undisputed. Like I said with Brady, Brady's the GOAT of football. LeBron's the GOAT of basketball. Congratulations to LeBron. That's a crazy accomplishment. Not saying I'm a huge fan of LeBron, but you gotta give someone props for an accomplishment like that. So I want to get into the trade deadline a lot too in the NBA because it has been a crazy past couple of days in the NBA. We've seen the Brooklyn Nets franchise deteriorate completely fall apart, crumble. Kyrie has left. Kevin Durant has left as of yesterday. Who do they have now? Ben Simmons? Is that it? The guy's afraid of the rim. When Ben Simmons is your top player, or not, I wouldn't even say top player, but hope for a team, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. I mean, Kyrie requested a trade immediately after the Celtics smoked the Nets by 43 points. And I think Kyrie was just like, I'm done. I'm done because I know I'm going to lose to the Celtics every single time I play them. So I think we single-handedly, the Celtics ruined that Nets dynasty. Kyrie he wanted out of Brooklyn. He wanted to go to, what the funny thing is he wanted to go to the Lakers or the Clippers, mostly the Lakers, though, out in LA to play with and reunite with LeBron again. But the general manager of the Nets said, over some sports, not even on Sports Network, but he said that wherever Kyrie wanted to go, he wasn't going to send him there, which I think is hilarious. Usually, when a player requests a trade and they want to go to a certain team, you get things done in that part. But Kyrie wanted to go to the Lakers, and the GM of the Nets just said, nope, you're going to go to the Dallas Mavericks. So Kyrie is with the Dallas Mavericks. He had his debut, Wednesday night against the Clippers. think he put up 24 points. It was a good game for Kyrie. Luka didn't even play that game as well. Now you got Kyrie and the Luka duo, which I think is crazy. But Mavs fans, you guys have to be worried. Not too excited because you have a guy like Kyrie Irving who is pretty much post like anti-Semitism videos on Instagram and all that jazz. But yeah, this guy, I'm telling you, Mavericks fans, give it a year at tops, and this guy's gonna either leave your team or turn his back on your team and just want to be traded. And I do want to see how him and Luka, play together. I think it could potentially be a good duo, but again, it's Kyrie Irving. You never know. But yeah, I just think it's funny how the Nets owner, Nets GM, really said, "Oh, Kyrie, you want to go here? Yeah, I'm not going to send you there. You're going to go to this team because I'm the GM of this team, not you." But I think that's hilarious. Kevin Durant also requested a trade. That was kind of coming. He said a long time ago, I think it was back in August. He said, if Kyrie does request a trade and Kyrie gets traded, I want to request a trade and get traded as well. Which I don't really understand that. You don't always have to play with good people in order to, have success in the NBA. Kevin Durant's a great player to begin with, but he was eyeing the Boston Celtics, and then those trades came up again, Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant. All these fans are speculating all these rumors, and as a Celtics fan, hell no, I do not want Kevin Durant for Jaylen Brown. You're talking about a 25-year-old guy compared to a 35-year-old guy. Who would want that? Kevin Durant's got what, probably 5 years, maybe 3-4 years left in his career. The guy's 35 years old. What more does he have to accomplish? He's a 2-time NBA champ, MVP. This guy, we don't want him. Why would we trade up a guy who has over 10 years left in his career for a guy who was 3? What's the point in that? I'd rather stay young as an NBA team. But I mean, I don't understand all the fans in that scenario. A lot of Boston Celtics fans want Kevin Durant, but I don't think they understand how much depth we have. I think we're going to get a decent amount of championships in the next 10 years. I think we get at least 3 or 4 in the next 10 years if we keep this chart that we have right now, like Jaylen Brown, Tatum. The game the other night actually spoke for itself. Against the Philadelphia 76ers, we had a broken, crumbled Celtics team who's all injured, and we had a lot of depth. Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, Sam Hauser, Blake Griffin, Grant Williams. All these guys stepped up. Tatum only had 12 points. 5 players in the Celtics put up more points than Tatum. I don't even think that's ever happened with Tatum being on the Celtics. But again, just going back to Kevin Durant, I would never want Kevin Durant for Jaylen Brown and some change. No, I'm all set on that. I'd rather keep the core that we have now. I think the Celtics are already the greatest team in basketball. Why would we give up Jaylen Brown for a chance to get, Kevin Durant for 3 years when Jaylen Brown's going to be here for 10 plus? So that's my thoughts on that. Durant is headed to the Suns. He's headed to the Phoenix Suns. He's headed out to Arizona to play with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Now, I think the Suns gave up a few picks to the Nets, and they also gave up Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and then Cam Johnson, I think. But Jay Crowder came to a buyout with the Nets, and he moved over to Milwaukee to play with the Bucks. I don't know how the Nets... I honestly think the Nets kind of won that trade. They got 5 first-round picks and a couple players for Kevin Durant. And also, the Nets just got more players for the Kyrie Irving trade going to Dallas. They got Spencer Dinwiddie and then Dorian Finney-Smith. Both great players. All young players as well. They've got great potential. I think the Nets just got a lot. They got a lot from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And I think the Nets obviously aren't. It's going to take time for them to fully develop and actually gain that core and be a contender now. Because you can't rely on Ben Simmons. Obviously, like I said, that guy is a fool. I think he threw up a 3 last night or something, just completely airballed it. But yeah, the Nets, obviously, they got a lot of first-round draft picks now. Kevin Durant and Kyrie are both gone. But yeah, I mean, it's all business. That's what happens. I mean, it's the NBA trade deadline. We knew this was coming. Kyrie and Kevin Durant departing from the Nets. It's been a long time coming, but we expected it. They requested trades back in last summer. We all thought it was for attention, but I guess they really want it out of Brooklyn. So just move them over to the Western Conference now, right? Move them over to the Western Conference. It makes the Celtics' job easier. Now you have all the stars in the Western Conference, not too many stars in the Eastern Conference. Like, who do you have in the Eastern Conference right now? Jason Tatum, Giannis, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, all these guys. But the West is just so much more stacked. Like Steph, KD, like Chris Paul, Dame Lillard, LeBron, AD, like all these guys. I'm obviously forgetting people, but I mean, I think the West is just way more stacked. But yeah, it just makes the Celtics' job easier. Like I said, I think the Celtics single-handedly diminished the Nets dynasty, if you will. Beating the Nets 10 straight times, I think the Nets were like, yeah, we're done. We know we're not getting past this group of guys, meaning the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series if we had to in the playoffs, which they would have to, obviously, to win a championship. And yeah, they're out. They're done. The Nets are falling apart. Nash got fired last year. Steve Nash was the coach. He got fired last year. And, it kind of throws off the All-Star game as well. Because you look at Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were both starters for the Eastern Conference, and now they're both in the Western Conference before the All-Star break even happened, which is crazy. So who's going to take their spots in that situation? How's the All-Star game going to be played out? Who knows? The All-Star game is next Sunday, I believe, February 19th. We'll see how that plays out. Like I said in the last podcast, they're going to be doing the draft right before the game, which is a new concept, new idea, which who knows how that's going to go. But yeah, the NBA trade deadline's been crazy. Celtics just picked up Mike Muscala from the Oklahoma City Thunder, which he's a big man, but he can shoot. So I think that's a good deal. We gave away Justin Jackson for that, and I think a pick or two, but overall, I think that's a very good pickup. Mike Muscala is a good player. I think anybody, honestly, with the way we coach our team, can fit in with us at any point now. We just go our team goes so deep, and we have such a great core, such great guys on the team on and off the court, and it's like we're just a family. And I think this is our year. We're doing it for Bill Russell. We're doing it for that revenge tour from last year, and it's going to be one hell of a year come June when the Celtics win in the finals in Game 6 in Boston. Actually, it probably won't be Game 6. It'll probably be Game 5 or 7, right? Because we're going to have the home court advantage, hopefully, if we obviously keep this up and keep our record. But yeah, come June, when we're in the finals, I can't wait to go to that parade. That parade's going to be fun. Knock on wood, by the way. Don't want to get too confident here, but yeah. Boston Celtics, I'm hoping we go back to that NBA Finals spot and actually win it this time. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all we got to talk about today. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to be posting clips of this specific podcast as well as other podcasts on my social media page. I'm going to be picking people at random as well to come on and be a guest on this podcast. We can Zoom you in, have you here if you're close, in person. Whatever the case may be, we'll figure that stuff out. But yeah, I'll be picking people at random through the comments, followers, whatever the case may be. Like I said, this is episode 4 of Rize for the Prize, premiering tonight, February 10th, 9 o'clock p.m. It's Friday. Let's get after it. Let's have some fun this weekend. Super Bowl, big things coming. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Cheers.